Hey, welcome to your training video. Today we're going to be looking at Marshfield First Baptist's website, and I'll be showing you how to edit and change some of the basic content on the site. So to start, you're going to go to your marshfieldfirst.org, type in /WP admin, and then hit enter, and it'll bring you to a login page. If you're already logged in, it'll bring you to this page, which is your dashboard. Your dashboard just displays some basic information um, that you're never really going to need to look at unless you're just trying to get some at-glance info. In this video we're going to be moving down the left sidebar, so as we're moving down I'll say each topic and then we'll dive in. So the first thing is going to be updates. If you click on updates, it'll show you all of your plugins and your themes that you need to have updated. I left a few unupdated, that way we could see what it looks like. So if you want to update your plugins, just click the select all button, then click update plugins. Then that'll load a new page, and then it'll start to slowly show as they're updated or not. If there's ever an error with one and you're really concerned about it, you can let us know, but for the most part it's not a big deal if they don't update, because most of them are going to. Now if you click on the updates tab again, you'll see you just have your one that didn't work and then your themes. You can go ahead and update those as well if you'd like. You'll see the same screen and you'll see the success note. So then you don't really have to worry about this because we're going to be updating all of your plugins at least weekly as we're looking through all the websites. So the next thing down on the sidebar, we're going to look at our posts. Posts are going to be what it looks like all of your prayer requests and different sort of sermon things are. If you ever want to create a new one, you can click add new here, or if you ever want to edit one, you can just click on it. This up here is going to be the title, then this here is going to be the hyperlink. You can edit either of those directly by typing here or clicking here. And then this is going to be all the content. I'll go into a little bit more detail on this content editor when we get to pages. But for the most part, you can just click in here and you can type. That's the basic concept of it. Over here, we have the ability to publish it, so you can update it by clicking here. Or if it's a new one, you can click publish and then it'll publish, or you can click save draft and it'll save it. If you're ever confused by all of these extra boxes around the outside, you can disable them up here. If you ever see anything that you are pretty sure you don't need, you can just click on these boxes and it'll get rid of it. So right now we have this Yoast SEO thing, layout settings, revolution slider, we have this foo box. So if we click on these things, it will get rid of those. And then if we scroll down here, there's way less stuff for you to worry about. I'll also get rid of the tags. Makes the screen look less cluttered and makes you worry about less things. And then if you ever want to minimize these just to make it look cleaner, you can do that as well. Moving on down the sidebar, the next thing is media. Media is going to be where all of your media content on your website is. All of your images, MP4 files, anything like that, MP3 files will be here. You can categorize it by image, audio, video, and you can also categorize it by the dates it was uploaded. If you click here, you can see a list view. That's sometimes a little bit easier to manage and look through. If you ever want to delete something, you can click delete permanently here, or you can click on the checkmark box of several things, and then you can delete permanently here. If you ever want to add something new, just click add new, and then you can directly drag and drop files into the dotted box, or you can select files and upload something from your computer. A lot of the times you'll be adding media straight into pages, so you won't have to worry about this a ton. Next thing down on the sidebar is forms. Y'all have quite a bit of forms on your website, so I thought I'd go over this as well. If you ever want to add a completely new form, you can click Add New here. If you ever want to edit a form, you can just click on its title and you can edit it. We'll look at the Contact Us. You have several fields here. To edit what appears on top of the field, you can click this down arrow and change it right here. To edit like options like this, click on the down arrow and you can edit them here. You can add more with these little plus buttons. If you ever want to add a completely new field, you can just click here and drag it and it'll upload it. And they by default look like this, so you're going to have to come in here and change the field name to whatever you want. You can make it required by clicking the box here. And then you can make it larger like that. That way it spans the whole length of the form by doing that. If you ever want to get rid of a field, you can click the X. And then to make sure that you update all of the changes, just make sure you remember to click the Update button over here. That's going to be the basic idea of your forms. Moving on down the sidebar, we have Pages. Pages are going to be the bulk of the content on your site. It's going to be literally just like the pages that are on your website. So to add a new one, you're going to have to come over here to Pages, click Add New. Or if you want to edit a current one, you can click on the title. So let's look at one. It's not a good example. Let's look at your home page. So for your home page, I pulled up your home page here as well just so we could look at it as we're going. You'll be able to see the content. We tried to make the titles of each of them make sense so that you'll be able to navigate easily. So this is the slider. It's full width, and so this is what you see here at the top. Move on down. Worship, grow, serve. 3, so that'll be your 3 words. Full width as well. That's there. And then so on and so forth. See, this is a 1/3 width. Well, it's actually half width on the live site. So you can change the title of it there. So essentially when it comes to editing content, it's pretty straightforward. You can just come in here and you can type what you want. So if you wanted to add any sort of words here, you can click there, type it in, and click update, and it would change it. If you don't want quite the live site to be updated, but you want to see what it would look like, you can click preview changes. And this isn't the live site, you can tell because the URL is all funky up here. But you'll be able to see the changes that you made without it being live, because here's still your live site and the changes aren't made. In order to change a lot of the things about different words, let's do this. So if you want to bold it or italicize it or make a list or anything like that, it's pretty straightforward. You can change those things and you can change alignment. You can make it a link by clicking here, and then you'll type in the URL you want it to link to. Then if you do that and it's a proper link, it'll show up like that, just like this is. You preview changes, you'll see there's just a random link to Google right here. And if you want it to look like a button like this, pretty simple. We have more toolbars here. So if you click that, you can see more things. You can click Formats, Button, and it will change it to look like a button. Like that. If you ever need to add media to a page, you can click Add Media. You can click on anything that's existing in your library, or you can upload new files directly right here. Let's say you wanted to add this photo here for some reason. Just click Insert into Page and it's there. You can change its alignment the way that you sort of do different words and text. Or you can change the size of it by clicking Edit, which is this little pencil right here that you get when you click on it. You can change the size here. And then you can delete it by clicking Remove. Those are the basic things that you can do with pages. Throwing a lot of content at you, so of course if you have any questions about this, be sure to reach out to us and let us know, and we can for sure help you with whatever questions you have. Going down on the sidebar, the next thing is going to be widgets, which is located under Appearance. Widgets are essentially, the way we use them, going to be everything at the top and the bottom of your website. So the menu, these sort of things here, the logo, and then at the very bottom, these different text and map widgets in this form. So if we look here, we'll see navigation header right, that's your main menu. If you look before header, you'll see your social media menu, your logo, which you can change here or change the link to here. We have these visual editors, which say your church name, and then have these buttons here. You can edit this content directly in here like you did with the pages. And then we have your footers here, which is the form, your visual editor. If you ever change worship times, connect times, change addresses, phone number, email, you can just come in here, directly edit it, and make sure you change the link, and then click Save here at the bottom, which if you make a change, it'll pop up and say Save, and you can click Save. And then this is your map. Moving on down to menus. You have two menus on your website. You have your main menu and your social media menu. And those are located right here, social media, and right here, main menu. If you ever add new pages and want them to show up in the menu, or if you change, let's say you change what your social media is, you can come in here and change it. You can add most recent pages through this, or you can just search for pages, which sometimes is easier if you have a lot. Then you can click on it, click Add to Menu, and then it'll automatically add it to the bottom. So the DNOW 2019, you can click and drag it wherever you want, and it'll show you can make top level items, sub-menu items, or you can make things under other sub-menu items. And then if you want to delete any item, just click on that down arrow and then click Remove. Change your social media menu, you'll need to click social media up here on menu, hit select, and then it'll load this new menu. And if you ever change like your Facebook URL, you can change that in here, or your Twitter, you can change that in there. And then whenever you're done with menus, just make sure you click Save. Going on down the sidebar, next thing is plugins. We already covered the basics of plugins, but this is the actual plugin home. If you ever want to update just an individual plugin, you can come here and click Update on it. A lot of the times you shouldn't really mess with a ton of the stuff in plugins, because if you deactivate the wrong one, it could really mess with the functionality of your website, or maybe even make it stop working completely. So if you ever have any questions about this, be sure to let us know, and we can definitely help guide you through this, or just do something ourselves too. Next thing down on the sidebar is users. And this is if you ever want to add someone that you want to have an admin name and password. You can click Add User. Add a username, which is required, an email, which is required, and then if you click Show Password, it'll auto-generate a really strong password for you automatically. And so make sure you just copy and paste that, because you don't get a chance to re-enter it or anything. You can click to send them an email about their account if you want. You can change their role here to administrator, and then click Add New User. Last thing we're going to talk about today is going to be your slider evolution. So slider evolution is going to be this big slider on your home page. If you click on it, which says home here, it'll load this, which is going to be your slider. The way we do your slider is we have the dimensions set, and we have the background is transparent, and then we add a layer, which is an image layer, which has the slide on it. So then this appears like this, and so forth. If you ever want to add a new slide, in my opinion, the easiest way to do it is to click on an existing slide. Just hover over an existing slide to get the drop-down menu, and then click Duplicate. It'll duplicate that exactly. And then if you click on it, you'll see this. And actually, when you duplicate it, you should duplicate this first slide if you're going to be duplicating it. So if you click that, you'll see a new slide. Click on it. Then you'll see this pop up, and you can delete that or edit it. If you click edit, you'll be able to choose whatever image you want. So if you have a slide that you want to add, let's say this, it'll change it out, and then you'll have this as your current slide. And then if you click save, it'll save and add to the rotation. And you can click and drag this in whichever order you want it to be. Since we don't want that on there though, you can click delete, hit OK, and then make sure that you click save as well. That's all the basics of your website. We went over a lot today, so if you have any questions, be sure to let us know. We for sure look forward to seeing your website grow.